here from Lake County today. Brittany Knight, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. And here we are again on the Closers platform, a show for closers, about closers, and today with a closer. You have a great story, and as you know, the reason why you were invited here to the show is because you have a story, and that's what our platform is, telling stories. So the first thing, we're just gonna get right into it. And you had said to us before while we were planning the show, nothing was off limits. So I'm going with that. Okay. So you were 15 years old in high school, Eustis?
Mount Dora.
Mount Dora.
Yes.
So you grew up in North Lake County.
Yes.
Okay, and you ended up
Pregnant. At 16.
At 16.
So, yes.
At 16.
16.
So you had to call mom, who raised you as a single mom.
Yes, for most of my life.
Yes.
I gave her that call. She gave me a restriction, be home at 10, and I called her at 10:15 and said, Mom, I'm pregnant, through the phone.
Yes, through the phone. So you kind of took the easy way out, and Mom spent a little bit of time rather angry with you.
She did. I would say it took a couple months to, warm up to the idea that I'm pregnant and I'm going to grow up really fast. But
what do you think the chances are that Mom felt like, darn it, Brittany? I expected more. I wanted more. I've struggled hard, and now you're going to have the same struggle. Like, how much of her upset was from that?
I think it was a lot of that, and two, just thinking, how am I going to, come from this? Like, what's going to happen? My life's over. Oh my goodness. How are you going to go through high school? How are you going to?
And your life was not over.
No,
it was not over. But you struggled for a couple years.
Yes. My daughter just made things, hard. Like, school was a bit harder to kind of juggle that. And
because you did finish school?
Mm-hmm.
You graduated?
I did.
You did? You left the regular high school and went into a tech program to get...
I went to a tech program, and I graduated cap and gown and had her on my hip, and, I was determined to do it. I remember the girl in the hospital saying, a nurse just saying, if you get your high school diploma, you should definitely bring it in here, because, just having that doubt of, is she really going to do it? She's 16.
Right. So there's a little bit of expectation from your mom, from society that said you're not going to be as successful.
Yeah.
So you were working at Winn-Dixie.
I was. I had the smock. I mean, the whole, the smocks were not pretty.
Right. Exactly.
Pads. I mean, so, but yeah, I did it.
You did what you had to do.
Absolutely.
And then you decided that you needed a profession.
Yes.
Right? So you got your license to be a massage
I did.
therapist.
I went as soon as I graduated, the year that I was supposed to graduate, I got my high school diploma, and then I went straight into massage school.
Okay.
So that was about a year program, and I was, living with my mom at the time, and just trying to juggle studying and massage and
taking care of your daughter.
Yes.
And then, because you're very entrepreneurial, you decided that if I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to own my own business.
I wanted to grow, and I did. I grew in the industry. I worked at different places and different salons.
You know how corny this is going to sound, the whole bloom where you're planted? It feels like, as we talk about your story, whatever life circumstance, which was created by your decisions, you found a way to excel.
Yes.
And make a difference in that moment. I think earlier we talked about grit.
Yes.
You have grit.
I do.
You do.
I do. I love anything that I do. I'm going to really put my heart and soul into it and just go for it.
Right.
And, that's my dream. I just put, whatever into it, and I just grow from there. And
that's what you did in each one of these categories, and then you fell in love and got married.
I did.
Got married.
We met back in high school and kind of, went our separate ways. And then when my daughter was about 2.5, we got together. And then he adopted her, and here we are 12 years later. So,
would you say that grit matters?
100%.
Right.
Absolutely.
And if our viewers got one great thing from this show today, would that be the great thing, that grit matters?
I think so, yes. And don't give up.
Right.
And get a tribe behind you, a support team behind you, and find those, because that matters.
It matters.
I mean, it really does, 100%.
So then you got into real estate, and you got into real estate. Why? Because you saw realtors selling real estate, and it was something you wanted to do.
No, I was running my massage spa. I had opened a massage spa, and then my husband kind of got into real estate, and
on the property management side.
On the property management side, and said, I don't like the paperwork. Can you kind of help me? And I said, okay, let's do it. And so I went to.
So it was a family decision.
Yeah, I went to school for it, and
So you were in the hospital that day. She was saying, if you get your diploma, come back. And you went to school for your diploma, for a license in a profession, and then real estate as well. So you've been back to school several times.
Yes, absolutely.
But not the traditional college.
No. I did it. I mean, the real estate school for me, it was online, which is harder. I didn't go to the class, but it was easier for me to do it online.
Right.
So, but no, I haven't done the traditional college, but still, I'm an entrepreneur.
Right.
And I think that's.
You say that with pride.
Yes.
Yes. So you joined your husband. You were going to do the paperwork. And how long did that last?
I would say maybe 6 months.
Right.
Just trying to get a feel for, where we wanted to.
Were you smart enough to do the paperwork?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
But I'll tell you, when you finish real estate school, you still have so much to learn.
Right, yeah. It doesn't prepare you like they think it does, right?
Not at all. So I put my, mind to it, and I learned.
Right.
And that's all I did. And then I got the first client. She was a massage client of mine, and I sold her a piece of property, and I thought, I love this.
Right.
I don't want to be at a desk.
Right.
I want to be front and center.
You have way too much personality for that. Right.
I want to be there front and center and helping them along the way, and I love it. I love building those relationships.
So you go after expired listings. And viewers, I know you're all thinking, oh, big deal. A lot of realtors go after expired listings, but tell the viewers your expired listing story.
Oh, man. This was very hard and tough. And it wasn't through a phone call.
Right.
So I know a lot of agents are terrified to make those phone calls, and the worst that happens is you get hung up on.
Right. Have you been hung up on before?
Oh, I've been hung up on. And that's you get over it.
Right.
But this was, I'm going to yell at you in front of you kind of thing. So, yes, I found this expired listing that was in my neighborhood, did a little bit of research, found that they owned, local business. And so I said, I'm going to go into this local business. And I do way better in person.
Right.
And I walked in there, and she got a look at my name tag and said, if you are here to talk real estate, there's the door. If you want to talk floral arrangements, how can I help you?
Right.
And I wanted to cry at that moment.
Right.
So I just stuttered and tried to talk floral, and she didn't give me the time of day.
Right. You didn't buy a floral arrangement.
No. And I left my business card with the sweet little lady that was at her front desk, and I still worked on it, and I got the listing.
Right.
I was determined.
Right.
And there it is. I would drive past it every day because it's in my neighborhood, and I see my sign, and just that I can do it kind of thing.
The grit. The no excuses.
Absolutely.
I met with someone today, and just so many reasons why he hasn't been successful as he wanted. And he admitted, he said, I've made some excuses this year.
Yes.
And it sounds like you're not making excuses.
No.
None. No excuses.
Not at all. And I think, too, what I've learned is just, I would say within these last 6 months, of how important it is to find people that support you in your community, because that is huge. For me, Chelsea Title, right down from my office, Angela has been amazing, supporting me along the way, and I think that's huge.
She drove you out of Lake County to bring you here today.
She, invited me here, which I find just incredible, and I'm, as nervous I was for the opportunity, I just said, I'm gonna just do it.
Right.
And jump out of my comfort zone, and I'm gonna go for it because Angela sees something in me.
Right.
So,
let me ask you this, and when I say this, I'm speaking to other women and men. When I say this, you see something in yourself that's amazing. Yes or no?
Yes. Sometimes, yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
And then sometimes No.
Right. And I get, I'm a small town. It's very small, and everyone knows everyone. And, when I'm out and about, people say, oh, I see you. I saw your videos. I saw you on social media. And, and you're doing so great. And then I sometimes go home and I'm like, I'm not meeting these goals that I have for myself.
Right.
And, I just try to keep going forward.
Well, I think that it's important, and the one thing, and I love that you've attached yourself to Angela, and I love that Angela is attached to me, and we're this Fortune 400 company, and I think one of the wisest things that you're doing is realizing that you're a small town girl from Lake County, but venturing out of the county, and we joke about that, but learning what people are doing in Orlando, learning what people are doing in other areas, and then taking that back and making that work in your small town makes a difference.
Absolutely. And I want to, just show up, help, because, I try to be a resource in my community with my social media and sharing things, and I try to build others up. I think that's huge. We need to do that.
And how do you do that?
I think just, if I have the post, on my Facebook or whatnot that has how you can help your friends for free, and it's sharing a post, commenting on your, social media, or just things like that. I feel like is big. One thing I did implement this year is when I'm out and about and I have a comment in my head to someone when I'm thinking, oh, her hair looks great. You just say it to yourself, but I really try my hardest just to say it out loud.
Right.
Because I feel like that's huge.
It is huge. So, have you ever been, now this is going to be silly, sorry, don't hold this against me, viewers. Have you ever been, I have been in the ladies' room, and I'll see a woman in the ladies' room, and I love her dress or love her hair, and I say it.
Yes.
And I say it.
It's
and
huge.
People are so taken aback by that. And again, women supporting women, call it whatever you want to call it. But I go out of my way, as you do, when I think something positive about someone, I say it.
Yes.
And it's so interesting how they respond and how good people feel, because it's genuine. And there's sometimes that debate in your head, right? Should I, shouldn't? They're going to think I'm weird. They're going to think I'm not weird.
Right.
But the blessing that is. So you're blessing others.
Yes, I think so. I have I created, a couple months ago is business networking lunch, and we meet every 6 weeks, and I had several agents say, well, can I come? Is that not allowed? Or for me, it's everyone is welcome. Any business owner, anyone, because that's what's important.
I hear you're a crafty creator.
Oh gosh, I am. I love to create.
I hear you're not a redneck.
No. I like country music, but I'm not a redneck. I don't hunt. I don't. I craft.
But isn't it crazy that those are the questions you get when you're from Lake County? Are you a redneck? Do you hunt? Do you fish?
Or they say Mount Dora, Lake County. What?
Right.
Where is that?
But to be fair, stereotypical Mount Dora to be crafty and creative. That is. There's a lot of crafts and creativity there.
We have 38 festivals a year.
Right.
I mean, and I'm the one that's there. I'm not steering away from it. I'm the driving around forever trying to find a parking spot so I can get downtown.
Oh, you can park in our parking lot.
Yeah.
Right there on Donnelly Street.
That's right.
You can park in our parking lot.
Yes, I can.
So you are drawn to what is in Mount Dora.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, you want to lift it up to bring more to it as well.
Absolutely.
It's just so interesting to me. So tell me this, what is next?
Oh man, I have some big goals for 2020.
And what are they?
I really, more transactions. I want to help more home buyers.
Right.
I don't have a specific niche, but I love helping any buyers.
Right.
Or sellers. And so I want to be more involved in the community. Let's stop right there.
We're going to do a commercial. We're going to do a commercial right now. Okay. And I want you to tell people why, Brittany.
Oh, gosh.
Why would I use you to buy a home? Why would I list my home with you?
Because I'm not there for just the transaction. I'm there for the relationship.
Right.
And I carry that on forever. I always say I'm your forever realtor.
Right.
So
and you mean it.
Yes, 100%. I mean, a lot of them have become like family to me. And I stay in contact with them, and I'm invited to their family events or whatever it may be. I love that aspect of it.
So
100%.
Brittany, you're a forever realtor.
Absolutely.
That's a crafty creator.
Yes, I can make you anything. I can make you shirts. My closing gifts are very personal.
Really?
Every single one of them will never be the same.
Wow.
Yep.
Because you get to know your client.
Absolutely.
They become family.
I've done a fishing closing basket.
Oh, you are a redneck.
Well, just because the seller was a fisherman.
Yeah, there we go.
But I have a closing tomorrow, and it's going to be family,
Right.
because it's a family moving in right before Christmas.
Okay.
So I'm thinking pizza gift cards, and the mom doesn't want to cook, and just things like that.
So you get to know your clients.
100%.
And you're their forever realtor.
Absolutely.
And another reason why for you, so that was a reason why for them, why would they use you? But your why for wanting more and having the grit you have is for who?
My daughters.
Your daughters.
Yes, my family. I want, I want to show them that they can do anything. They're, 8 and 15, and my 15-year-old is very driven, just like I am. She's got her own debit card and savings, and I want to teach them that they can do it, no matter what.
Right.
100%.
So what do you think they see when they see you?
A hard worker, I know they see that. 100%. I know that they see just, I don't give up.
Right.
And I think that's important, and that I have people behind me, backing me up. And
what do you think your mom sees when she sees you?
Oh, I don't know. Sometimes her little girl still, and she's right there saying, well, I don't know, but she sees hard work, and that I didn't let, teen pregnancy stop me at all.
Right.
And I don't think anybody should ever.
So you probably wouldn't advise it for your daughter.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
But you didn't let it stop you.
No, and I think that's what's so important. I have my days where things are really hard, and but I honestly will look to someone and I'll give them a call, and they'll just kind of give me that little pep talk, and I'm like, okay.
And can I tell you something, Brittany? Things are not hard.
No.
They are not hard.
No.
They are only harder because of the way we view them.
Yes.
So it's about mindset. And one of the things I'd like to do is invite you. We're going to do a women's inspired conference, very small, very intimate.
Awesome.
And I'd like to invite you to that and have you come next year. And it's going to be really low key, but it's going to be one of the biggest things is helping young women my age, women older than me, whomever, with some of the barriers in our own mind.
Absolutely.
So the next time you wake up and you say this is hard, I want you to have me in your head saying it is not hard.
Yes.
They are 2 kids, it's a job, it's a house, it is not hard.
I can manage it all.
We have to look at other people. There are other people in the world that can show us what hard looks like.
Yes.
And neither one of us have hard.
Right.
And I think that that's really important. So what we can get from each other, there's great value to that. So what your mom sees, what your daughter sees, what your husband sees is a hard worker, someone crafty and creative, somebody that has grit, that can make anything, but can make a successful life no matter what the odds are, right?
Yes.
And that's
100%.
something that you've done as well.
Yes.
So excited. I'll also challenge you to put some numbers on your 2020. What numbers, what goals you
I'm
have.
just getting started.
Right.
2019 was just me, really getting started and finding my niche, and it's just the beginning.
It's just the beginning.
I'm so excited for
And guess what?
2020.
You're 32.
I am.
I will tell you that between 32 and my age,
Yes.
you'll find a lot of niches.
Yes,
And you'll
I'm
find a
excited.
lot of opportunities to remain true to who you are.
Absolutely.
But to change yourself enough
Yes.
to change and to grow. And let me ask you this, from where you sit in Lake County, what do you see happening with the real estate industry next year? Or do you even allow that in your mind, or you just, what are your thoughts?
To be honest, I don't even look at that.
Okay.
I just, just keep going. No matter what, I hear the talks. I go to the events, and I hear everybody talking about, they think it's going to go this way and this way, and stick with my community and I keep going and find out what's going on and what's growing in our community, because it's growing for sure.
Right.
And that's it. And
so
just
regardless of
keep
what
helping.
the industry does or what anyone else does, you know
I'm gonna
which
be there.
direction you're going.
I'm gonna
right.
be
You're
there,
going to be
no
there.
matter what.
Exactly.
So 100%, I'm gonna be there and you'll find me.
Good.
So.
Well, good. Well, Brittany Knight here from Lake County. Watch out. That's what I wrote down as I was interviewing her, is watch out for 2020 with Brittany. Thank you so much
Absolutely.
for
Thank
coming
you for
on the
having
show.
me. This was so
And-
much fun.
Well, good. I told you it would be fun.
It was,
I told you it
yes.
would be fun. So we'll be watching and paying attention.
Thank you.
Thank you.